Debbie with Kip's Corner. Welcome back. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome. Today I'm going to, I'm working on this mixed media tag, and I've got it started, and I thought I would turn the video on and show you what I'm doing. This is a very similar process to, well, actually the same process that I used in making the front cover of my Mermaid Journal, this one. And so this is a tag that's going to go in this journal. It's going to be a mermaid mixed media tag. And I've got a base started, and I thought I would walk through with you what I'm doing. So this netting kind of stuff here, I laid down some matte medium first, and it's, this is big wad of stuff. This is netting material. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree 3 or 4 years ago, and it's about this time of year is when it was on the shelf, and I think, you know, so that you can create like spider webs. But it's got this nice, very, very loose netting that I thought worked pretty well, and that's what I used on the front here on this background piece. So I'm going to repeat that to give some continuity to this piece and the cover. And then I've just used, again, matte medium to put down a couple of metal pieces. There's more that's going to be here. At the very top, I'm going to put this little mermaid tail on, and then I might put a few other things around here. But that'll go, that's like the last thing that'll go on. So before, oh, and then I've got crackle paste here in the corners. And so I did all this last night and let it just sit overnight so that it would get nice and dry. And now I'm going to get started on the next step. So I'm using black gesso as the base. Any kind of, whoops, and it's a brand new bottle and it's not open yet. Black or white works. You don't even have to use gesso. You could use an acrylic paint. The nice thing about the gesso is that it'll help set the stage and prepare the page for the colors that we'll put on top of it. So let's get started here. And I'm just going to put a coat on here and try to get in as much as possible into all these little nooks and crannies. And this is a chipboard tag, and it's pretty thick, so it will hold a lot of the extra medium. And then these loose pieces here on this netting, there's not much that's loose, but any loose pieces on the netting will glue down with the, or will, you know, not glue down, but will stick down with the gesso. I'm not worried about the back. I do want to get the sides, but when I'm done, I'll put a piece of tea-dyed paper or coffee dyed, whatever's out there available to me, on top of the back piece so that there'll be a nice big writing space on this. So I'm just getting a good coat on here, and then I will let this sit and dry, and then I will start playing with the color. So I'll go ahead and finish this up, and I will come back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. We are dry now, and so we've got a nice black base, and there's a couple little spots that I missed, but that's okay because we're going to color those. So what I'm using to color are Lindy's sprays and magicals. This is a, what is this? Afternoon Delight Denim. So this is a blue. And this is Moonshadow Mist, which is one of my favorites. And I don't know if this is available anymore, and it's almost gone, but it's a Buccaneer Bay blue. It's got some browns in it too. And then magicals, I'm using Tibetan Poppy Teal, which is, magicals are a powder, and they have a little bit of sparkle in them, a little bit of sheen, if you can see that powder in the lid there. And I have just put some of this in a little tiny baby spray bottle here. Shake it up, and it's a really pretty dark teal. So I'm just going to start spraying. I'm going to start with my lighter color first, I think. Get it nice and shook up. And I've got a paper towel base here to catch the runoff. And this, wait a minute, hold on. I've learned that using these with these nozzles and whatnot, that it's best to cover your hands. So I'm just gonna spray. Like I said, this is almost empty. So it's not wanting to spray out very well. So maybe I'll just take some of this and tap it into some of these spaces. Get some of this color in here. And I just play. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna play until I get this to where I like the general look of it. All right, let's do another one. Let's do, yeah, that's all over my hand. Let's do this dark blue. This may not show up very well on the black, but again, I'm just playing. There we go. And I'm gonna, nice big spray there. I'm going to move that around a little. Let it run off the edge so it's not just sitting there in a puddle. That's nice. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Now let's get some of this lighter teal color in here. So I just do this and just keep playing around. I pick some colors that I like based on ones I've got. Most of the Lindy's sprays and magicals that I've had for years. And so I'm not even sure. I know some of the colors are still available, but, and I can put a link below to that website for you. All right, now I'm just going to take another piece of paper towel here, and I'm going to just tap off some of this. And that'll kind of lighten that up a little bit down there in that background. Even it up a little and give us some nice movement on that color. Okay. I think that's a pretty good start. And I'm not necessarily trying to match the cover. They're just complementary pieces. I think it would be really hard, unless you did them at the exact same time, I think it would be really hard to get them dead on match. Like I said, I can't even remember what color I used the first time, so yeah, there's that. All right, I'm gonna spray just a little bit more of this on there. It's a nice dark, and I just sprayed it all over me. And let's tap off some of these big blobs. Okay, I think I'm liking that. A little too defined through here, so let's put a little bit more of this in there. Nice. And tap some of that off too. I like the sort of the blotchiness that gives. You don't have to tap off any like what I'm doing here. You can absolutely leave it, let it dry. Leave it in sort of a blob. Let's see if I can get a nice spray right there. Yeah, and let's do another one right there. Okay. That's got a little bit of a little much there. Okay, I think that's, I'm liking that. I'm gonna dry it off here. Let's see what we've got when it's dry. It'll dry a little lighter than what you see, which is good, bad, or otherwise, it will. And so, and you want to be sure that it's nice and dry. Now you can add layers, do what I just did, and dry it off, and then add more. In my case, I might want some more blue on here. So let's dry this and see what we've got. Yeah, I think I want some more blue. So let's get some more blue in here. Let's get some down here. And let's get something up here. And maybe there. And I'm gonna let this roll, and it'll hit the bumps and grooves and whatnot. And then this is a little bit too defined for me, so let's just pop that off. All right, and maybe that. Okay, let's see what that gets us. Dry that off, and I just keep going. I'm just gonna keep going until I'm there, until I'm happy with it. Dry, spray, dry, spray. Sometimes you just spray a couple times and you're there and you got it and you like it, and sometimes you mess with it for, just keep adding layers and adding layers. And I think I'm pretty much to a point where I'm good with this. I may add a little bit more teal. No, I think actually I want a little bit more blue. So let's put some blue here. And let's put some here. That's nice. Nice big blob of blue in there. Let me roll this around a little bit. Get some nice color shapes in there. Come over here. And I don't like that line right there, but I like the rest of it. So let's see what that does. All right, I'm liking that blue a lot, so I'm just gonna try to get some more on here. I like the combination of that with this, with the teal. So I'm just gonna try to, and then I'm gonna go try to find this color again. Try to tone down some of this green. Here, see if I just pour it on here. Let's see what happens. There we go. All right, now I'm going to just move it around. Oops, I didn't really want to move it. Let's go down. And let's see if I can. That's good. Let's put a little bit more in here. Try to get that to, there we go. Try to get that to roll down there. Okay, let's see what that does for us. That's good. I don't want those to be real, I want the colors to blend together. I don't want them to be like real defined. I don't want any defined edges, so that's why I'm tapping this off like this. But I think I finally got the blue in here that I wanted. And some of this will be covered up too. So I think that's gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna dry this off and I'll be back for the next step. Okay, back again, it's dry, and I don't know if you can see that, but we've got some nice blues and greens. And there's teal in there. It's all blending together, but nice base. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, let's get that out of my way. I'm going to put some wax on this, and I'm gonna start with the Metallique wax from Prima, Finnabair, and this is Old Silver. And I just use my fingers on here. So very lightly, I'm just going to come over here and start rubbing. Let's put this here. And start rubbing particularly on my edges and my textures. And I don't want a heavy hand because I don't want it to go too deep. So I'm just going to do that. Come down here in this crackle paste. I got a little heavy-handed there. Sometimes I do. You can also use a small brush on to do this. I just feel like I have more control using my finger. And you can see as I'm rubbing, the detail of the pieces and the texture back here are starting to come through. So get this. just keep going over this until I get it to a point where I like, again, just to where I like the look of it. Hitting all those highlights and the edge. I'll put this away and let's get some patina on here. And I'll come back and probably finish off some of the edges with more patina as well. Now this one is Gilder's Paste Wax, so this is a different brand. This is Gilder's brand. And I want to just put some patina up here around the edge. It may not show up very well because it's a little bit of the same color as the background. So that might not work. All right, that's okay. That's quite all right. We'll come back later because I have more I'm going to do to this. Okay, my base is done, or as done as it's going to be for the moment. The next thing I'm going to do is decide what else I'm going to do. I've already decided that I'm going to add this little guy. It says Mermaid on the top. But that'll be probably one of the very last things I do. But then I want to decide, do I want to put, this is a little piece of that applique that I used on the front. It's a little tiny piece that I had snipped off and kept. And I think a little sparkle down there would be nice. So I can go ahead and get that on. Oh, I also want to put maybe some paper up here at the top. Got this as a piece from the paper pad I'm working on, and I'm thinking maybe, oh, I tore that the wrong way. Oh, actually I had it upside down anyway. Thinking maybe I want a piece of this up here. But I want it to be longer. Let's see if I've got another one. Let's see what I got here. Here's a long one. These are just cut off scraps left over. So let's do this. There we go. And let's see if I can tear this. Oops, wrong way. Tear this. So I get that torn edge there. Okay, and let's get a torn edge up here. Too far maybe, but I'll put that on the edge there. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to ink up the edge. The edge that's going to be shown, and then I'll cut it off after I glue it down. I know, inking. I know I don't need all of this because I'm going to cut a lot of it down, but I would rather go ahead and ink it and then cut it and then finish it off. Okay, let's stick that on there with some Fabri-Tac. And let's see, how high am I going? Going to about there. So I won't really need to glue the rest of this on. Just get a nice little chunk of Fabri-Tac on here. And I want it to hit above where I'm starting here. I think that's good. Let's make sure I've gotten it to the edge. I got a little piece here that's not glued down, so let me get some glue under that. There we go. Blend that in a little bit. And I'm just trimming this up to match the tag. And now I will ink the rest of it. There we go. That's a decent blend. I like that. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay. Now I've got to decide what else do I want to do. I did think this was a good place for this little flower guy. So let's tack that on. And it sort of blends in, so it's nice. It gives a little bit of a sparkle, but it's not sticking out, you know, kind of like a sore thumb, so to speak. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on there. And I think I also want to put some pearls on here, but I think I'll do that last. Let's get that stuck in there. Okay, so far so good. So now I'm wondering if I shouldn't go ahead and get this guy on. And I'm also wondering if I shouldn't put some more. You know what this needs? This needs some rust. Let's go to my rusty bag. This needs some rust. I've got these, I don't even know what this is. It's like a hanger piece. I wonder if that wouldn't be kind of cool. Or just stuck off to the side, maybe. I don't know. Don't know. I'm gonna play. Let's find some more rust. I also got a suspenders clip that might be cool. Not sure if I want to use that. Might be too big. I mean, it wouldn't be, but what else have I got here? I thought I had a key. Yeah, here's a rusty key. That might look good too. Might look good. I'm not loving. Here's a rusty swirly paper clip that's bent, and I just bent it more. I don't like the double round. I do know, let's see, here's a rusty washer. That might look kind of cool there as the topper instead of an eyelet. Maybe like that. Maybe that's all it needs. Let's see, let's not forget we're putting her on here. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's get the patina back out. I'm gonna put a little bit of patina on this. So I'm just gonna kind of hit the highlights here around the edge, maybe. Try that. And then when I'm done with this, I'll spray the whole thing with a, probably a matte acrylic. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. That helps her to blend in just a tiny bit, ever so slightly. Let's put some patina on this too. Let's just patina everything. That'll add a little bit of, I probably shouldn't go all the way around. Let's make it look as realistic as possible. There. That's better too. I like that. Now let's do this before I finish her off. I'm going to put a little bit of patina on this edge here. Just to, and it's the color that's already on the paper, so it works out nice. Just kind of, there we go. Put a little bit more on there. Maybe there's some down here. Yeah, I like that. And let's blend this up here a little bit. There. I think I'm liking that. Let's get this off of my finger and finish gluing it down and see what we think. So which is my top? Yep, that's my top, that's my bottom. Just gonna put a few dots of glossy accents around this washer and pop her right on there. And that'll dry. I don't know, did I get that on there centered? Yeah, good enough. Good enough, good enough. I got a little makeup tip here. I'll wipe off the excess around the inside. And that ought to do it. Okay, oops, there's a little bit of gloss there. Since I'm going to spray this, I'm not worried about, too worried about the fact that there'll be a little bit of shine right in that inside piece, but I would like to get as much of that excess off as I can. Make sure we got, there we go. And this guy, I want to put, her here. Like, let's bring her up just a little bit. And try to get that face flat on the surface. And I'm gonna push down some of these flowers. There we go. That ought to work. There, I think that works. And push this down. Doesn't feel like it wants to hold. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna step away. Step away from the tag. I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna let this all sit and dry. And then I will finish it off. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and she's officially done. So let me give you some close-ups here. Here's the bottom with the little tag, the little, what is that, mermaid tail. And then this is that metal flower that I was trying to put on that I'm not sure how well you saw that. And my pearl. There's that metal piece back there in the back. And here's this little metal medallion and that sequins flower. You can see the crackle paste and the netting. And then you come up here at the top and there's more crackle. And there's my rusty washer and my rusty little paper clip in the paper. Here's where I added that patina. You can see it blends in really to the background. A lot of this coloring was already there. So you can kind of see that. And then this is just a little baby tag that I made. And I attached it up here with the sari silk on the top. And this is just a little bead. And then the back is just sort of trashed, but that's good. That's what I wanted. And the whole thing has been sprayed with a clear matte spray. So it tones down everything. Then after I sprayed it, I came back into this netting and added a little bit more of this silver, the old silver wax on the very, very top. So there she is. She's done. And now I'll have this mixed media tag to add to my mermaid journal. And she's complementary to the cover. This is a little more blue. I was able to get more blue on that, which I like though. I like the fact that they are the same, only different. And I haven't sprayed this cover yet, just to give it that coating on top, just to give it that extra protection. So it's a little shinier than I think it probably will be when I'm done. I just need to decide what kind of spray I want to use on this one. This one was a matte, so it toned it down in a good way. So there we have it. Mixed media tag to go with the Mermaid Journal, and that one's done and ready to go. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. And just so you know, the cover was done. I did not record building or making the cover, but it was done the exact same way that this one was. Just using different supplies and different materials, but the process was the same, starting with the black gesso base, building up from there, and then adding pieces onto the top and adding wax and whatnot onto the top as well. So done the same way. And there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And more to come on the Mermaid Journal. Bye.